Hey, this is Brent here, and I just wanted to mention that I do this live stream show with my sister every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time called The Chicken Coop. It's online usually, but for our 100th episode, we're doing a in-person version of it, and that's going to be on um, Monday, April 8th at 7 p.m. at the Improv Lab in Los Angeles. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, come on out. Um, and you can just find tickets on any of my social media places. And if you're not in the Los Angeles area, we're still going to live stream that. So you can check that out at youtube.com/Brent Weinbach, and that will be at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Nice. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you, and how do you recharge? Therapy can give you the self awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/poundcast today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/poundcast. And you know what else, Brent?
What?
This show is also sponsored by our listeners who are listening right now and viewers who are viewing right now because we have a Patreon page called patreon.com/poundcast. And when you sign up, you get access to Unzipped, Poundcast Unzipped. And today on the Unzipped episode, I looked at some footage that I shot on my GoPro in Australia. Some juicy footage. Some
I mean, it actually, and it
hardcore,
really is juicy.
hardcore footage that I shot on my GoPro in Australia. And we also took one of, we answered another phone voicemail. So, this is bonus stuff that you can only get on our Patreon, patreon.com/poundcast. And every episode, we have a bonus section. And when you sign up for our Patreon, you get access to instant access to all the older Poundcast Unzipped and Poundcast After Darks. So, and that's the best way to support this show. So go to patreon.com/poundcast, sign up, and enjoy and start enjoying Poundcast Unzipped and other bonus things that are only available for our Patreon subscribers.
It's mostly ad free, too.
Yes, there's fewer ads as well. But one thing I would like to also mention before we kick off the show today is Kentucky Future Chicken. You're probably wondering, what the hell are you talking about? Well, Kentucky Future Chicken is the newest flavor
The
from,
future is now.
yeah. Um, it is the newest flavor from Louisville Vegan Jerky Company. That is the super small batch flavor of this month. And it is only available at lvjco.com. And they have all the small batch flavors. They have Serengeti's Chicago Italian beef sandwich, Riff Raff's orange chicken, Farby's roast beef and cheddar, holiday dinner feast, and so on and so forth. And let's look at the reviews for Kentucky Future Chicken. Let's check out the reviews here.
Yeah, let's check out the
Is there
reviews.
here?
There are
I
some
think
reviews.
there's
Let me.
reviews. Okay, Michelle says delish. Will purchase again. Veggie Girl says I tried this jerky on a fly. I am now obsessed. My coworkers who are not vegan are loving it. I love the spicy kick. My go-to now.
No, it
Well,
doesn't taste like chicken, but still excellent. The only way you'll get this jerky to taste like KFC is to break into the vault safe of KFC and steal their secret recipe. I mean, that's a 5-star review, by the way.
yeah, he's still saying it's 5 stars. What else we got here? Wow, this is delicious. Would never have thought making jerky taste like that. One product we used to eat as kids is it's wonderful. So look, the reviews are in. And lvjco.com. Now here's the main point, all right? Use the code word poundcast at checkout and get 20% off your entire order. 20. Massive amount of savings. Now this stuff, let's take a look here. Well, let's take a look at some, and they have their forever flavors, of course. Um, Now, what do you get here? We're talking General So's, okay? This stuff, yeah, this stuff is gluten-free, plant-based, delicious churn. Okay, okay. Use the code word Poundcast at 20% off. Or you can buy it at the store if you want to get it at home. If you must shop at Whole Foods, or if you must shop at Sprouts or other delicious places. Non-GMO, animal and cruelty-free, gluten-free, made in the USA.
Made in the USA.
Made in the
USA.
USA. A shelf life of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, 6, 7? Keep counting. 8. It's got to be 8. No, 9 months. All right. That's the shelf life of this stuff.
And you go, 10. No, stop. 9 months.
Yeah, 10 too many. All right. We got 9 reasons to 9 reasons to purchase now and use the code word Poundcast. Those 9 months. All right. So yeah, we are also on this show is also on YouTube. Where you can watch it. We're filming this now. All right. We're filming our beautiful Zoom with my look at my beautiful office.
Our beautiful studio.
I should really decorate. I'm a utilitarian kind of guy, you know. I got my stuff, I got my skateboard, I got my jackets. Okay, that's all I need.
And you got your hanging guitar.
YouTube.com/The Poundcast is where you can watch our faces if you need to. And we're also on all the social medias, The Poundcast. I am DJ Doug Pound, and I am at Doug Pound on Instagram if you want to watch a massive library of wonderful content, if I may say. Oh, there's two, I should mention this. There's some new Two Wet Crew shirts. Wow. Just go to Doug Pound, DOUGGPOUND.com. There's links. There's all the links are there for merch and for the tour I'm going on with Eric Andre, ericandretour.com. Going to Europe, and now we just added more US dates. So we'll see you on the road. That's as much as I got right now.
Brent Weinbach Comedy on Instagram from me. And yeah, youtube.com/Brent Weinbach.
Now that's a great link.
Now look, something that a lot of our people do is they do these remixes. I mean, sometimes they're just covers or just works that are inspired by the theme song to the Poundcast. These are, and so yeah, we get these submitted, usually by Patreon subscribers. And we have one here from Sean McNulty. I guess this is called the McNulty Podcast or the McNulty Poundcast Rap. So he did a rap song, and he even supplied his own cover art for this track. So we're gonna put that cover art on this intro.
That's a true pimple.
Go along with the piece, but. Yeah, this is Sean McNulty's McNulty Poundcast Rap for the theme song, I guess, remix or cover or whatever you want to call it for this week. And then we're going to be back with answering some voice messages that people called in with on this episode. So what do you say we roll the clip?
Let's roll the clip.
Yo. 2024. Doug and Brent talking to each other about your mother. Phil Collins said she was an easy lover. Poundcast, drop it on your ass, mama cast. Dream a little dream, make me wanna scream. What? Weinbach, taking out his Glocks and the shock to your cock. Stop, hammer time, loosen hop. Unzipped, time to let it rip on the tears of a clown. Go knuckles up, knuckles down.
Doug and Brent talking to each other.
Okay, here we are on the Poundcast. We're going to continue our journey listening to voicemails. 213-207-6952 is the number if you want to call and leave us a voicemail. Now, we never screen these, so we just play them when we're hearing them. You're hearing them for the first time.
Mm-hmm. So who knows what inappropriate things these people might say?
Who knows what we have in store?
This one's from Gemma, and it goes a little something like this.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Brent. This is Gemma. Okay, so I'm working on a creative project, and I'm having a lot of cool ideas, but here's my annoyance. I am having all my best ideas right as I'm drifting off to sleep. And I do write them down, but it just means I'm waking up every 5 seconds, or that's what it feels like. You know, every few minutes I'm waking up and I'm writing down these ideas. And I just want to get a good night's sleep, but I also want to document all these thoughts and creative ideas. So please, any ideas? All right, bye.
Well, yeah, that happens a lot. Some great ideas come when you're like drifting off to sleep because then you're like halfway in the dream world. Your brain starts thinking trippy, dreamlike thoughts. So, what you want to do? What do you want to do? You already wrote them down.
I think you need to just stay up all night.
Yeah, I think you should stop sleeping. I know
You
you want to
know-
get a good night's sleep. I know what you do. Like, say, you're doing your creative project in the morning or at 10 a.m. I don't know. So right before 10 a.m., go lay in bed and pretend it's nighttime and black out all your windows. Then you'll start thinking of those ideas, and you could run back to your, I don't know, your desk or wherever you're doing your creative project and say, "Oh, look, it's not even bed." You can trick yourself into sleep thinking you're asleep or something.
You can also not, if going back to the not sleeping option, if you just don't sleep, then the ideas will come. You'll jot them down. You won't be interrupting your sleep because you're not sleeping anyway. And then you'll build up enough sleepiness that after you've stayed up for a while and haven't slept, you will be drained of energy to even think of falling asleep ideas. So you'll just conk out wherever you are without even thinking of any cool ideas at that point. You know what I mean? You might be on a jog and you'll conk out. And
Well, yeah. Another thing you could do is like last night, it was pretty close to bedtime, and I was listening to a Dateline NBC podcast, which is like a scary podcast about like somebody breaking into a house and murdering someone. And right when I'm sitting there listening to it, like this box I had just placed on top of another box fell over, and I thought
Yikes.
someone was breaking in, because I had my headphones on, and my heart was racing,
Yeah.
beating stronger than ever. So what you could do is hire a clown or hire, some kind of someone off of Craigslist, say you go to bed at midnight. Just hire someone to come banging on your windows right when you're drifting off to sleep. Then you won't be, you'll be up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You'll be up for at least, it took me an hour to wind down after that. So then you got a good hour of creativity that you can do right before bed because you'll be scared. So you want to get scared to jolt you awake.
You want to get scared and then sleep deprived so that when you do fall asleep, you won't even you'll be able to just conk out immediately without even thinking of any good ideas.
Yeah.
So
That is kind of a good business idea, like to scare people.
Yeah, you want to be paranoid and sleep deprived.
Yeah, nobody.
That's
Yeah, that's when
that's
people
what you
do their
want.
best. That's when people do their best work
That's when you're your most healthy.
and creative.
Is paranoid and sleep
Yeah,
deprived.
so get paranoid and get sleep deprived. Get that heart racing and get the adrenaline. You want those. You want that
You
adrenaline. You know
you
what I
want
mean?
that psychotic energy.
Yeah, you want that fight or flight.
You want that. Yeah, you know what? Just get yourself to a mental institution.
Some of the greatest works of art have been done under duress and under psychotic breakdowns. Look at Van Gogh. You know what I mean?
Hmm. But if you really want some real advice, this I don't know if this will work for you, but sometimes I think of things. These aren't creative, cool ideas. These are just tasks I need done, kind of a thing, or certain things I know certain things I need to do, and I'll be in bed and it's too late. I don't want to. I'm in a position where I don't want to get out and write something down or whatever. I'll just tell myself, okay, remember this when you wake up. You need to do this, this, and this, or whatever it is. And I'll tell myself, just remember that when you wake up. And somehow it works. I'll wake up and I'll think, oh, I got to do this, this, and this. Somehow it does seem to work.
Well, she said she writes these down.
Right. I'm saying if you don't want to
You don't even want to write them
start,
down.
you don't want to rile yourself up by, whatever, writing it down or getting out of bed or whatever.
Well, you could also. I used to have this recorder that it's like sound activated, so it starts recording when it hears a sound.
That's better.
And I'm sure there's apps on your phone that do that too. So you can even be dreaming in your sleep. You could be thinking of great inventions in your sleep. Underwater helicopter. And then the next morning you listen to it back and you're like, oh my God, underwater helicopter? That's the greatest idea ever.
Also, when you say you're writing them down, are you writing them down? A lot of people use their phone as a notepad now. They'll punch it in. But I wonder if the screen, charges you up a little bit. And I wonder if you wrote it down with just a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, if that would, keep you up less. But I don't know. I think having the recorder sounds like a good idea though too. Voice activated recorder.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of that would probably require less energy than writing anything, punching anything in. Yeah, maybe that's the option. Yeah, and if you don't have a voice activated recorder, just record everything
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Get a GoPro, put it on your head. Which I got. I got a GoPro.
You could also have somebody, maybe hire somebody to sleep with you. To be in there to take notes while you're sleep. I mean, if you don't want to, record it, you don't have a recorder, maybe you just hire somebody to take notes while you're sleeping. So they're just sort of sitting there, and as you're dozing off, you can kind of mumble it out, and then they can jot it down for you, and you can.
Yeah,
make
not
sense
as a
of it.
lover, as a
And
like a
not as
stenographer.
precisely. Yeah, not as a lover. Yeah, just strictly.
Get the GoPro like I got.
What's that all about?
I bought a GoPro.
Okay, would you wear it on your face?
I have a stick here that you can swim with, and then it floats, and then the orange thing, if you lose it, and then
Oh, the
I got-
camera goes underwater.
yeah, I also got this one that goes on it's like a strap that you can put on your head. Which while I was on tour, I kept seeing cool stuff, so I bought the GoPro.
Oh, that's neat.
And then I would bike around a city and just have it on my head a couple times. And I put it on Mike Hickey, who was the
right.
The sort of like the all-purpose stagehand on the Eric Andre tour. And I have full shows of him wearing this, and you can see what he's doing.
Were we going to watch that or something last week, or Weren't we gonna watch that during the
Oh,
unzipped?
well, maybe I forgot. Well, in the unzipped, we can watch that today. I'll
Okay,
pull up some clips because I transferred the footage.
that sounds fun. Um, by the way, about you feeling like someone was breaking into your house. Have you ever had that happen before? Has anyone ever broken in?
Not in LA, but yeah, it happened when I lived in Chicago, and it was really creepy because they came in to my bedroom while I was asleep. And
Oh
I
my gosh.
when I woke up, um, I was in my 20s and I built a loft in my bedroom to make more space, like so I can have a desk under it. Because
Yeah.
I lived in an apartment. So I put the bed up like, high up like that.
Wait, did you
There.
have roommates?
Yeah. Well, I had one, I think, at that place. I think it was just a two-bedroom apartment, but yeah, so when I woke up, my jeans, I think I had this one pair of jeans, that I wore, and I couldn't find. I woke up, I'm like, where the hell are my pants? They're usually like right there.
Yeah.
And though they were missing, and then I was like, I just kept noticing something's off here. And then I looked outside down the fire escape, and my pants were like laying in the alley, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I bought this new laptop, it was gone. They just like, yeah, they grabbed the backpack that was laying around and just like went shopping and put stuff in it.
The,
And my
the,
wallet was in my pants. So I went out to the garbage cans in the alley, and I went through each garbage can. I found my wallet. They just took the cash and threw the wallet in the garbage can. So at least I got
wow.
my ID back and stuff.
The pants, did they take the pants for the money, or did they take the pants thinking, "Oh, these are some nice pants," and then they kind of got a better look at it, or maybe they smelled it or something and thought, "Ooh, I don't like the way this kind of stinks. I'm gonna leave these here."
I just assumed they just acted quickly. They were just grabbing stuff. I don't know how the hell
So
they
it
did
wasn't
that
because
while
of
I was
this.
asleep. I mean, that's insane.
That is really disturbing. Very
It's
disturbing.
disturbing. It's very
I
disturbing.
mean, I've had bad dreams about, when I say nightmares, are kind of, I don't know, maybe you could say nightmares even, that of just when people invade your space, or someone coming into your space that you feel is. I've had that kind of dream before, and I don't like it. Somebody coming in, gosh, that's
Yeah,
really disturbing.
I prefer that didn't happen.
That's very disturbing indeed. Did
I mean,
you?
that is one of the benefits of having a dog. Somebody comes, those dogs are on like a patrol dog, one that could, their senses are high. They can hear every little thing that goes on. They're gonna be an alarm system.
Well, You could also hire somebody to just, similar. Maybe the person who takes notes while you're sleeping
Yeah, you can hire that
That
note
person
clown.
could be on watch.
Yeah.
Did you? You never saw who that person was or what they look like or anything like that. I guess, right?
Um, well, here's this
And
part. We reported it to the police, right? And then they came I mean, the Chicago police are just such a joke. I mean, it's like it's true like how just crappy they are. Like we called it in. We're like, dude, we got robbed, and then like a week later, this woman cop shows up at like 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. They didn't say, "Hey, we're coming by so and so time." We just get a knock on the door. I open it up and it's the police. And at that time, my roommate had, he was partaking in marijuana, and he had the bong sitting there on the we're in our 20s. We're smoking weed.
Mhm.
And we had she opens the door and sees the bong sitting. And this is back um over 20 years ago when, marijuana was like, now it's probably legal over there, but it's illegal. And
This
then
was an apart.
all of a sudden, it's like we're on trial. She's like, "Hey guys, I can smell the bong. I can see the bong over there. Why don't you move it out of at least move it out of the way when the cops come by?" I'm like, "We got robbed, and you coming here at like 11 p.m. It was crazy late. We're like, you coming here at 11 p.m.?" She let it slide, but she's just sort of like, "Come on, guys."
Did you say that? Hey, listen, you're coming here at 11 p.m. on
Yeah,
a
I
Sunday.
said I didn't expect you. You didn't give us any notice. You just showed up, and this
Oh,
is
you said that in response to the bong comment.
yeah. And she was like, "Well, we can look at the window for fingerprints, but there's nothing we could do." I think she might have dusted for prints or something, but like, who knows? They were probably gone by then. It was
Did you,
not a quick response. She came
did,
very late.
did you lose anything cherished?
No, I mean, I did have a brand new laptop, which I
Right.
bought with a credit card.
Was there any digital material on there that you lost that
Yeah, there
you
was some cherished stuff. I mean, I was using it to like make music with, so I had some like I
you had
had
some
some
dope beats on
I
there?
had some dope beats on there that will never be heard again.
Oh, that's kind of sad. Yeah, that is sad actually. Did you you were living in an apartment building and this happened?
Yes, apartment. 2-bedroom apartment, like I said.
And yet, so how did the guy get in there?
Fire escape.
Oh, he got in through the fire escape, and then that's how he left too. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Man, that is so creepy, especially in an apartment. You feel like you're pretty safe in an apartment building, because how are people going to get in? But I guess they get in through that. Huh. And then when that happened recently, when your box fell, you got kind of spooked, huh?
That was last night.
It was last night. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I jumped to my feet. I was freaked out. I thought somebody was like trying to get in.
Yeah. Where was the box?
Well, I was sitting on my sofa, and then the box was just next to the door on I guess, kind of a shelf kind of thing. There's like a storage unit next to the door, and it was just sitting on top of there.
How do you think it fell off?
Well, immediately I was like, "Oh, no wonder," because I got a box in the mail, and in the box was another box of lights that I bought, and I was just inspecting them and being like, "Okay, I'll install these tomorrow," and then I put it on the original box, but it was sort of haphazard on there, and it just slid off.
And you weren't falling asleep. You were just sort of on your couch.
No, I think I was like doing dishes and then doing folding laundry or something, and then I was just sitting on my couch. I wouldn't sit on my couch and listen to a podcast normally. It's usually I'm doing something, so I was probably just sitting there doing something else, listening to it. And it happened to be about a guy who got somebody broke into his house and killed him.
Oh my
It's a
God.
love triangle.
Oh my God. Oh, it was, yeah. Wow,
Yeah, but I'm not in a love triangle, so I feel a little bit safe, right?
Right.
Reduces my chances a little.
Right. Are you, yeah. If somebody's not in a love triangle, but they are in a love thing, is it just called a love line?
Love line, interesting. Yeah, because there's 2 points.
Just a love line.
Love
Oh
line.
yeah, he's involved in this love line. It's kind of a dangerous love line, or it's kind of confusing love. And then has anyone been involved with the love square?
There's got to be love squares out there too.
And if you're just involved with yourself only, is that a love circle?
A love
Or
dot.
maybe just a love point.
There's a love dot.
Love dot, love point. It's all about geometry, really. Love is really about geometry. You're either involved in a love point, love line, a love triangle, love square, or more. So this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, Doug, you've been doing You've been doing your picnics again, right?
Oh yeah, Brent, it's picnic season. So my
Because,
favorite
it's
social event is having a picnic. It's during the day. It's not
right.
loud. It's outside and it's fun.
And it's because, it's winter, we're in spring now, it's starting to warm up and it's not raining as much. Um I take it you're probably doing a lot more social things at this point, right?
I sure am, Brent.
Well,
Social season is beginning.
here's the thing about that is, sometimes it's easy to spread yourself thin when it comes to social stuff, and um, kind of balancing out, time to recharge and just finding a good balance of your social life and then having your own time. And the thing about it is therapy can help you find that balance, so that you're not just totally drained. Your social battery's not totally drained. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Brent. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp.
Visit betterhelp.com/poundcast today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/poundcast.
Well, let's listen to another voicemail.
Okay. This is from 612. This is, I think that I have a feeling that Tony from Minneapolis.
Hello, good evening. This is Tony calling from Minneapolis. Well, I'm a longtime Poundhouse fan. I actually only started watching the Poundcast about 5 or 6 months ago, so kind of late to the game, but figured I'd call in and say hi from Minneapolis. And I had a couple of questions for Brent and Doug about the show, about Poundhouse. And my apologies if you've already answered this on the podcast, but I was curious when it comes to, writing the episodes and the character dialogue, how much of that is like improvised and how much is scripted? And then also, like, do you each write for your own character, or do you kind of collaboratively write the whole episode and kind of that type of thing? So just curious about that. And then the other question I had was just like watching the series now with the latest episode, which is amazing, by the way, The Beloved. I was just curious, like, have other fans commented or asked about, like, kind of symbolism behind these characters? Like, what is Brent? Who is Doug? Like, what's real and what's not real? Because I kind of feel like Brent could be maybe, I don't know, some sort of spirit, that trying to possess Doug. Or maybe Doug is kind of a medium and he's sensitive to, energy and stuff. Anyway, that's just kind of the ramblings of a fan. But just wanted to give you all a shout out and say I appreciate your work. And, keep doing what you're doing. And thanks for listening to the voicemail. All right, take it easy. Bye.
Well, can I address one question of his?
Sure, there's 3 in there.
Yeah, he was asking about the writing process. What Doug and I do is we sleep in this bed together when we're working on the show, and we just sort of let ourselves fall asleep together. And we hire a note taker to sort of sit there while we fall asleep and take notes. And that's really how a lot of the dialogue comes out, is they'll jot the stuff down that we kind of come up with while we're sleeping.
Well, that would have been a great question for our Q&A, for the Q&A tier of the Indiegogo people, which is out there. But no, we can answer that. So yeah, most of it is pretty much very much close to 100% from that we see is written. It's all scripted out down to each line. I mean, once in a while we'll play around with it. So I would say about 90, maybe 95% of it is scripted. Sometimes we'll improvise and say the line a different way here and there or something. And as far as question number 2, I definitely wrote some stuff for Brent. I
We
mean,
wrote, we both do it. We both write for each other, yeah, and ourselves, yeah.
so as far as number 3, I don't think we should even answer that. It's sort of like you can come up with your own interpretation.
But I
don't
did
even really
answer
think
it.
about it. I just think of it as I kind of just think of it as, something that's funny. And then,
I mean, I have an answer to it, but I don't know if I'll share it though.
yeah, I mean, Brent thinks about that more and more, but I mean, and we've discussed this throughout the seasons because it's been the same
Yeah.
dynamic.
I'll
So
ju-
Brent, you
yeah.
can answer it.
Well, I mean, I won't go into, because I think someone asked that in the Q&A that we did, in the QAnon that we did. I think Brent's character is ultimately is Doug's guardian angel, and there is maybe some sort of, yeah, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. Guardian angel. Yeah.
I feel a little bit differently. I mean, once you said that kind of makes sense too. But, there's no hard and fast answer for this, but he could also be a menace in my life. But he's a menace in a way that it's almost like anything that you struggle with in your life, you have to confront it and overcome it. And that's how you grow as a person. So Brent's character is
Challenges him
challenges me in my life
to get to the next level.
to confront my insecurities,
Weaknesses, yeah.
and yeah,
I think that
one could say that in doing so, maybe he's doing me a favor, but also it's that's one way you could look at it.
I think that plays
I don't
into
know
the
about
guardian
I don't know
angel.
about our guardian angel level.
Well, I think that plays into it, that ultimately he's there. He seems, dangerous or something like that, but ultimately he's there to help Doug in some way.
Yeah. All right, well,
But
let's listen to another voicemail.
yeah. But
And you could see also we do have a behind the scenes video that is available to the certain tiers of the Indiegogo fundraiser that was released. That shows some of the writing process. We did a lot of it on Zoom like this, and you could see some of the writing come to life. We actually recorded every single writing session, almost. Maybe a few of them we forgot to record.
yeah, a couple of them we didn't. Yeah,
but that could be interesting to release, just like the raw tapes. Maybe one day for when the documentary comes out.
Yeah. This is from 440. I think Atlanta. Yeah.
Yo, all right. I got a small annoyance, a problem I just dealt with. I live in Atlanta and traffic's crazy. People are wild. Whatever. I just had to use my honk, and sometimes it's not always an FU kind of honk. It was more of like I needed to use the honk for a specific situation that was not. There's no attitude towards it. I've always said, what if there's like a nice honk and a mean honk? And if there was a nice honk, what would the sound be? Like that kind of horn, or would it be like what would it be? I need help with that, please. Thanks.
Well, this is not a new idea. This has been, I've thought of this there's got to be a comedy sketch about it too. Like I know I've heard of this idea before. And I often think of it too, because yeah, you don't want that same like for everything. It's kind of dumb in this day and age. We have one sound that's supposed to mean like one sound to communicate many different things. Like
Well,
it could mean heads up, the light changed 5 seconds ago, or it could mean you almost killed me, you jerk, or it could be like look out, so the nice honk could be, or you could say thank you for letting me in. You could do a little probably more of a whistle,
or if there's a nice looking car that drives by, you hear a.
Oh, you mean like
It's a whistle. It's like a something like that. I can't really whistle, so
there should be a disappointing horn too, like if you're trying to get over, no one lets you in, and it's more like, you know what I mean? It's
I
like
didn't hear it. Wait, did you hear mine?
barely. Maybe it's cutting that out.
I think it's cutting that
Yeah,
out.
the Zoom
Yeah.
is cutting out our whistles, but it could be like woo woo, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
good looking,
yeah.
and
That
then
well,
like a disappointing horn could be more like
right.
like you're sad, like come on, can I get in?
Right.
No, they're gonna be assholes, and they're gonna ride that little spot. They're not gonna let you over. You need to merge. No.
Yeah, the whistle sound I was trying to do. If you see a nice car, it goes. Yeah, I mean, you kind of just did it just now. Woo, woo.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah, classic. Whistle.
The classic whistle of something. Yeah,
But
cat call.
I mean, not to be any kind of party pooper on the creative process of coming up with different horn sounds, but you can communicate with the single horn. You can use that in different ways, depending on how you honk it. You can just give a pop, 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 pop. You can just tap it, give it a tap, pop, 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 just to sort of let them know. Or if you are expressing frustration, I mean, that will express frustration. But if you just tap, pop, 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 that sort of tells them.
I've done the double
hey, I'm
tap.
just being.
I've done the double tap. Like, okay, now beep beep. Let's go.
Or I even just do a single tap, but it's very slight. Boop, boop, just to let them know, hey, can you?
Like, you have that steering wheel full of buttons now. Every new car, you got volume, you got whatever, Bluetooth maps, like all these different modes. You can have a couple of different horns on there. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
But I don't know if did I ever talk about this, that there was some car, or I don't know if it was a truck or what, but there was this guy who had all these different he had a speaker on his car, and he had these different sounds that he was using in this car. There was a horse sound, and
I used to have one of those. Someone gave it to me as a gift, but I didn't install it. I think I just had it sitting around. But you can actually buy such a thing. You could buy something like that. Let me see if it still exists.
Yeah, he had different sounds, and I thought that was interesting. It was.
Yeah, it had like barnyard sounds and stuff.
Yeah, but is that legal?
Here's what I had. It's loading. Here we go. Wait, what the hell? The link took me nowhere.
But the caller, he referred to his horn as a honk. I had to use my honk.
I know. I like that.
I had to use my honk.
Maybe this is illegal, but
well, I just don't know if are you allowed to have a loudspeaker on your car?
There's something called the Wolo jukebox. Wolo is this. I think this is exactly what I had, but I didn't install it. This was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. I could share my screen real quick here. You gotta give me a screen sharing. option.
Yeah, I thought I did. Let me see. Yeah, you should be good. Oh, sorry, I'm
You're
sharing.
sharing
I'm
something.
sharing. Yeah,
Oh,
go
that's
ahead. Go
what's
ahead.
going on. All right, let's see here.
Wolo jukebox horn. Yeah, this could be your solution if it's illegal.
Well, let me hear what that sounds like. Share sound. Okay. We could play that video a little bit, see if this.
Coming with a Wolo Jukebox Model 336. One touch plays any of the 34 pre-programmed songs. The Model 336, all the buttons on the keyboard, and be able to play favorite songs. 336 features a volume control.
Let's hear it.
No special and Bounty hardware. Instruct your Wolo horn. Happy to answer any of your questions. Better quality.
Oh my gosh, they got
Well,
Rocky.
that
on
sounded more of like a jukebox, but
there? Right.
I'm pretty sure there was one that I had that somebody gave me as like a gag gift or something that was like, I could have sworn it's just like sound effects. It was like barnyard sounds.
Yeah, a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard a cow too. I was wondering. I was hearing it, and I thought, where are those sounds coming from? And I realized it was this guy's car. I thought, well, that's interesting. Is it legal?
Okay, here's another one I found. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if it plays. Wait, hold on here. Okay, this is it's on Amazon. Vixen horns, musical car horn with 46 sounds, siren alarm, funny tunes, animal.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to find a place to put this.
Mm-hmm.
Got bird. It sounds so bad. Oh, he's got a mic too.
You got a microphone.
Elephant. Sheep. You got laughter. That could come in handy. Different sirens.
That's illegal. That's got to be illegal. I mean, a siren.
Well, anyway, there you go.
That's got to be illegal to have a
just get
siren.
yourself, and it's $47.88. That's not a bad price.
But I mean,
remember in high school, my friend had a siren that he put on his car that kind of sounded like a cop siren. It was just like, woo!
Yeah.
And yeah, he just had it for a joke. And then I remember one time, he turned the siren on. I mean, he had a big like sedan. It did not look like a cop car. It was like a green Oldsmobile or something. Anyway, I remember we're driving down the street and he turned it on and cars were pulling over.
Oh my gosh. See, you can definitely you might have to do hard time for something like that.
Well, you just don't get caught. No cop, no stop. All right, let's do one more.
Do one more here. This is from the 813 area code. I think Tampa. Mike from Tampa.
Oh, you got to share your sound again.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry. All right. Here we go.
Hi. Yes, this is Mike from Tampa again. Like the stutter follow up. Hey, I go to Sprouts the other day, and I'm shopping in the healthcare aisle, and I'm looking at the soaps, and wouldn't you believe there's a soap that's scented oatmeal. It's not like I'm not eating it, so it's not flavored. It's scented. It's scented oatmeal. And so I pick it up, I take it home, and I'm thinking, oh, the advice from last time, perform for us, sing for us. And when you know, I use this soap, and this just comes to me. I start singing. It goes something a little like this. Oh, my balls smell like oatmeal. Oh, my taint does too. Oh, my balls smell like oatmeal. Oh, my taint thanks you. So I just want to thank you guys for making my, my balls smell like oatmeal, and my taint as well. And but most of all, about like the stuttering advice. Okay. Talk to you later. Peace.
Did we give him stuttering advice? I don't remember.
I can't remember, but it might have been on an episode you weren't on, but I mentioned balls smelling like oatmeal, and in the episode you weren't in.
Mm-hmm.
But I think stuttering advice. What do we? Now I'm kind of. That sounds familiar, but yeah, I think it was when we were talking about somebody. I can't remember actually. Now I know there is something about stuttering advice, but whatever the case may be, you're welcome.
Well, you know what? Speaking of that, it is weird that these soaps have these dumb ingredients in them all the time.
You think oatmeal's a dumb ingredient?
Well, oatmeal, it could be, maybe that one's okay. Maybe it's fine for, maybe it's good for exfoliation or something. It helps you scrub.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Scrub.
But they got these goat milk like soaps. Like why do you need goat milk in your soap? You know what I mean? How does that help? I think they're just finding random stuff and putting it in the soap to make it seem fancy, and then they charge you more for it. And there's probably 0.1% of it is actual goat milk. You can't have goat milk. It's gonna go bad. There's no goat milk in there.
What about cow's milk?
You don't see that. Goat milk soap. Let's look this up.
It'd be funny if there was different milk soaps, like almond milk or soy milk or something like that. Soy milk soap.
Yeah.
Cashew milk soap.
Goat milk soap has recently been proven to effectively treat acne. Goat milk soap is less allergenic than synthetically loaded commercial soaps.
So that's why.
I still call BS on it. Oh, you know what? That's from that's from a brand that sells goat milk soap.
Well, you call it BS, but maybe it's actually GS.
Yeah, I think it's GS, dude. That's GS. 6 surprising benefits of goat milk soap from Healthline. Huh.
Healthline, powered by...
Maybe I'm wrong, but I still think it's dumb. All right? Just give me some Dr. Bronner's. That's all I need. That's all we need.
Well, look, if you want to carry on with us, we're going to do more talk. We're going to do more. We have another voice message here. Perhaps a follow-up from the Minneapolis call. And we're going to do that unzipped. How do you check
we're
that
we're gonna bring this main episode to a close, and we're gonna go unzipped. If you want to listen, just go to patreon.com/Poundcast.
And we're gonna watch maybe some video from the point of view of Mike Hickey, who was working on the Air Country tour.
Yes.
And that might be fun to see that.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it. So maybe you will too. Yeah. Once again, patreon.com/Poundcast. And we'll see us there. It's going to be fun.
See you there.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week. And thanks for listening.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you. Thank you to Jack Birch, by the way. Thank you to Jack Birch for his help.
Absolutely, mate. All right. That's all. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo. 2024. Doug and Brent talking to each other about your mother. Phil Collins said she was an easy lover. Poundcast, drop it on your ass, mama cast. Dream a little dream, make me wanna scream. What? Weinbach, taking out his Glock, send a shock to your cock. Stop, hammer time, loosen hop. Unzipped, time to let it rip on the tears of a clown. Go knuckles up, knuckles down.
Doug and Brent talking to each other, each other.
Knuckles up, knuckles down. Preach.